eagle's shadow is a mile wide. So the coward looks for a place to hide. He can't reach the west, he can't reach the shore. So he bleeds the nations right next door. 7 flags burning in a desperate rage. The final act on a bloody stage. He's striking at brothers to prove he's a man. Before the 47th clears the sand. The soldier, don't fear the lead. There's a garden waiting for the holy dead. But he doesn't promise a woman grown. He promises a seed that's barely sown. He quotes the tidings of the 78th verse, a theological bribe, a spiritual curse, chasing the kawaii, the budding prize, with the hunger of a monster in his eyes. Don't collect companions, don't hide the age. Read the literal ink on the physical page. It's not full-breasted, that's a velvet lie, to hide the horror from a western eye.
You slaughtered the neighbor's foreboding dream, but the 47th thunder heard the scream. No more kawaii, no more 10-year-old toys, just the end of the mullahs and their holy boys. The 7-nation strike was your final breath. Now you're face to face with a kinetic death. Operation Epic Fury, the hammer of lead, for the child thief and the lies he spread. Is the ugly truth. 10, 11, or 12 years old, a paradise of children, or so you're told. You envied the 47, his life and his name, but you're just a predator in a religious game. Your final mistake. Now the world is awake for the liberty sake.
No budding breasts, no maidens in line.
The 47th ran out of time. For you. For you. For you.
In the Tehran bunker, the older man sways, counting the minutes of his final days. He watches the screens, the Mar-a-Lago gold. The 47th is vibrant and Ali is just old. The most famous face, the world's true brand, while a ghost tries to rule a crumbling land. He envies the rally, he envies the roar, so he hides in the shadows and prays for war. Export the render, he screams to the guard, make an AI video where we hit him hard. A deep fake drone in a CGI sky, a pixelated bullet for a digital lie. He can't touch the man, so he clicks on the screen. A desperate posture for a king never seen, hoping for 3 years a stupider soul, but the 47th has taken control. The dragon is thirsty, the bear is cold. They don't want a martyr, they just want the gold. They squeeze out the oil at a discount rate, watching Ali rot at the pillar of state. They weigh his life by the barrel and drum, waiting for the epic fury to come. You're waiting for a weak man, but you got the steel. The 47th is fucking real. Your regrets are a flickering light against the kinetic heat of the night. No more stalling, no more wait and see. The eagle is over the Caspian Sea. The most famous man brought the hammer down to take back the keys to your stolen crown. Enrich the core, just one more year, building a missile out of absolute fear. He gambled on mercy, he gambled on time, but the 47th won't ignore the crime. The render is crashing, the server is dead. Justice is coming in a case in the video is buffering, the oil is dry. The dragon and the bear just watched you die. He's a golden in the village, a pit bull in the heights. He's seen the 47's fire and the neon nights. Man's best friend since the first fire burned. A loyalty of blood that can't be unlearned. But there's a whisper in the council, a shadow in the hole, calling him Haram, writing to bring the desert's darkness to the concrete heat.
Perfect man from the 7th century sand, the one who took the child bride by her little hand. 9 years old in the tent, what the prophet took the prize. With the cow ape, the budding youth glimmering in his eyes. He said the black dog is a devil, an angel, frightening bees, while he feasted on the Kaiba lamb. Let the poison feast, but Zena had the seasoning, the venom in the bone, to prove a child thief never sits on a holy throne. Congressman Fine is standing on the line, the Protecting Puppies Act, the 47 sign. You can take your unclean labels and your tacky lies and shove them back to terror where the moonlight dies. I'll choose the puppy every fucking time over the prophet and his ritual crime. The 47th thunder, the Protecting Puppies Act. Loyalty is a dog, and that's a fucking fact. You bombed your own school, then you cried to the Jew. But the only thing unclean in this city is you. Oh, pity the martyr, the missile went wrong. It hit the little children while we sang a holy song. Quick, call the BBC, tell them Zionists are here. Maybe we can get another deal if we shed a fake tear. No more pallets of cash, no more sympathy deals. The 47's justice is the only thing that's I'll choose the puppy every fucking time over the child thief and the 6th century crime. The eagles in the sky and the dogs in the yard, while the moolah's in the dirt and the bunker is charred. February 28th, the fire was sweet. The victory of the 47th is finally complete. The dog is the truth, the prophet is the lie. The 47th owns the sky. The eagle is circling, the sky is turning red. The supreme one is hiding with a price upon his head. He can't reach the west, he can't touch the shore. So he breaks all the windows in the house next door. 7 nations bleeding under Tehran's hate, a blind man's tantrum at the pillar of state.
He quotes the tidings of the Soviet sign, with the coward weight and the vineyards are fine. Our companions in bloom, but the bud in prize. 10-year-old children for a martyr's eyes. A theological bride, a taki a lie, to keep the boys dying under the Persian sky.
but she's laughing in the dust. She didn't need a missile, she didn't need trust. Just a gift of poison lamb and a test for a king. I feel my heart snapping. Did you feel the sting? The prophet died in a fever, a miserable end, while the dog you called unclean was man's only friend. The render is failing, the oil is dry. The dragon and the bear just said goodbye. You struck at the neighbors, you lashed at the blue, but the 47 Thunder is fucking real for you. The compound is ashes, the bunker is cold. The keys to the city have been bought and sold. February 28th, the ledger is clear. The end of the trauma, the end of the fear. The sweets are bitter. The fire was sweet. The 47th made the victory complete. Hey, yo, Muhammad, let's get surgical. Let's talk about the seed. A messenger with a biological void in a desperate need. You couldn't sire a son to carry on the name, so you played a shell game with Zay just to hide the shame and put sitting in the bloodline. So you broke the orphan's law of revelation just to cover up your basic human flaw. You took his wife, you wiped his name, you left the boy a ghost just to feed the ego of the sterile Medina host. Bred by the slaves in the shadow of the heat, looking for the strength that you couldn't keep sweet. You sought out the Alzut, the laborers of old, for the virility and fertility that the travelers told. The custom of the weak, seeking power from the strong, trying to fix a bloodline that was broken all along. You took the ability of men to make your own work, but the sterility of the prophet was a biological quirk. Still no sun, still no air, just a desert full of doubt. The Alzut couldn't help you find a way out. You tried to manufacture what you couldn't produce, but the 47's cable just cut the power loose. The cranes are falling, the satanic verse is loud. The 47's fire is the Ayatollah's shroud. The 47th Thunder just leveled the Baghdad gate. The Ayatollah siege just met a kinetic phase. Statistically impossible, the noise inside the wire. The prophet and his sons are fuel for the fire. From the sterile desert sand to the green zone floor, the lineage of the mullah isn't breathing anymore. Your kids are gone, the bunker's getting hot. Just like your prophet, you're the end of the plot. Marry your cousins, keep the IQ in the mud, but you can't survive the 47's flood. Sterile logic, sterile blood, a 1-400-year drought. The 447's hammer is what submission is about.
The 47 Thunder just leveled the Baghdad gate. The Ayatollah C just met a kinetic fade. The Critian is broken, the ear is finally deaf. The ledger of the Hijaz is marked with the F.
February 28th, the fire was sweet. The erasure of the Mullah is finally complete. No sons in Medina, no sons in the gate. The 47 is the hand of fate. Ooh.
Hey yo, let's do the math. Let's check the ledger of the sand. 500 million warriors standing in the land. 500 million voices screaming at a single wall, but the wall is still standing and the warriors look small. You got the numbers of the ocean, the weight of the tide, but you're led by the sterile and you're paralyzed by pride. One little nation, 9 million in the sun, and you're 500 million, and you haven't won. The slaves in the shadow of the heat, looking for the strength that you couldn't keep sweet. You sought out the hours of the laborers of old for the virility and fertility that the travelers told. The custom of the weak, seeking power from the strong, trying to fix the bloodline that was broken all along. But the architect of the void just pulled the final plug, leaving the mullahs drowning in the hole they dug. You claim the victor, you claim the divine decree, but you're drowning in the logic of a world you cannot see. Sovereign is coming through the wire. The great apostasy is the only thing on The architect of the void is inside your head. The clarion is broken, the ear is finally deaf. The ledger of the has is marked with a F. February 28th, the fire was sweet. The erasure of the mullah is finally complete. 500 million warriors, the iron sovereign.
owns the The tigress is rising, the shadow is gone. Baghdad is waking to a 47th dawn. For 20 years trapped in the Persian vice, paying more or less a martyr's price. But they saw the fire on the Tehran night. They saw the supreme one vanish from sight. Now the militias are shaking, the cell phones are cold. The story of resistance is officially over. Look at the coast where the citrus used to grow. Gaza is silent under the ISF glow. No more tunnels for the Persian king. No more children for the Khyber sting. They promised you victory, they promised you land. They left you to die in the rubble and sand. While Ali was counting his pixels and gold, the people of Gaza were traded and sold. From the Alexa gates to the Babylon wall, the idols of Tehran are starting to fall. Iraq's looking west, past the smoke and the fear. The Abraham echo is finally here. The bridge is open from Zion to Iraq. The 47th thunder, there's no